Hi, I'm Chef AJ Mull with Compass Group Canteen Dining at the Saul Mirowitz Jewish Community School. And today we're going to learn about cutting food cost and utilizing foods. So the title of this thing is called The Leftover King. So I guess it's true I'm the leftover king. I've been at the school in K through 8 for 10 years now, but before that I worked at a very large corporate dining facility. I was the soup station chef and entree guy, and all the other station chefs would bring their products that they couldn't utilize to me, whether they overproduced vegetables or they overproduced meats. They had some leftovers. It was my job to turn that into something that was appetizing and quality 5-star dining. So let's dive in and I'll share some of my tips and tricks so that you can implement and save a little bit on your bottom line.
Great, you're still here. You made it through the introduction. So here's a photo of where I received my training. It was the United States Army Quartermaster School, Fort Lee, Virginia, 1998. My very first job, I was 16 years old in retail grocery. This is the kitchen inside of the supermarket. Now let's move into the presentation. We'll start with the perceptions of leftovers. The very same people who are celebrating reduce, reuse, and recycle often have misconceptions that we got to overcome. So you have to get your customers and your clients, but most importantly, your staff on board to use leftovers. There is nothing wrong with utilizing perfectly good, healthy food. Part of utilizing leftovers is simply overcoming objections that your staff may have. Most of us as managers have taken ServSafe. We know that we can use product within 7 days, or in my company's guidelines, it's 4 days, whatever those parameters are. But educate your staff. Let them know that you are going to serve healthy food. When in doubt, we will throw it out. Instead of figuring out what to do with leftovers, I want you to get into the mindset of planning to have leftovers. And that could be as easy as menuing tomato soup on Monday and having a pasta bar with a red sauce on Tuesday. Remember those mother sauces that you learned in culinary school. Maybe you have beans on Tuesday, menu chili on Thursday. When you're planning your menus, be vague with the descriptors. It's okay to put fresh cut fruit or vegetable duo or vegetable du jour. That way, if you have a product that you're long on, you can utilize that without disappointing your customers who signed up specifically for those snap peas. I'm big into seeking out what my peers do and getting ideas. Shout out to Chef Sam. Here's from Healthy School Recipes. And what she's saying is, why are you throwing away garbanzo bean brine? Don't throw out the brine. You paid for it, so use it. She's saying you could chill it and add it to oil and vinegar to make a salad dressing. Here's some leftover whole wheat pasta that I had from Pasta Bar Day. Now, most people would just toss it, but we're going to utilize that product the very next day. So here's what we've done with the pasta from yesterday. We've just added some spinach, some tomatoes, some diced zucchini, an Italian dressing, and we've just transformed that pasta that somebody else would have thrown away into a beautiful, appetizing Italian pasta salad. You should always be in the mindset of thinking, what am I going to do with this product? Here's some bread that might have been in the freezer, got a little freezer burn, or you just had a few hot dog buns left over from a couple days ago. So if you're not making your own croutons, why not? This is so simple, so easy, and saves you a lot of money. Just by tossing the bread cubes in a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, some Italian seasoning, and baking off at about 350 for anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, you have restaurant quality croutons, and you didn't pay for restaurant quality croutons. Part of cutting food waste simply starts with going back to basics on how to prep food. Let's look at this lettuce, for example. First, we take the romaine and cut it directly in half. Now you can take your knife and cut the triangle-shaped core out, leaving all the lettuce. Here I've cut the lettuce ends off the incorrect way, just to show you how much waste you would have been throwing in the garbage had you just thrown the entire core away. Here's all those lettuce pieces. Multiply this over a course of a year and think of how many salads you would have been throwing away. You're doing it wrong.
Ding, ding, ding.
Now this is the correct way to cut lettuce. You should show this slide to all of your food service staff. The same principle applies to all vegetables, whether it be bell peppers or in this case the Roma tomato. You're cutting off the end here, and yeah, I know the core doesn't look appetizing, but it's 100% edible. So instead of discarding this into the trash, what are you going to do with it? You could throw it into salsas, you can put it into chilies, you can make tomato soup simply by cooking it down and using an immersion mixer and then straining it. A big part of cutting your food costs down and food waste is just simply by being smart about how you order. This is one of my coolers right before Thanksgiving break. The only thing left there is some apple juice that will not go bad and some 90 count baker potatoes that are going to last for a month anyway. I think I did pretty good on this one. Okay, so maybe I fibbed a little bit. It looks like there were some bell peppers left in the cooler, but it's totally okay to have a little bit, and this is going to go to the food pantry. So no waste, but yeah, I missed on my bottom line by about $10. Oops. Again, to demonstrate how we can transform foods, make them look appetizing, here's an Israeli salad and some hummus. So if you got leftover garbanzo beans, you don't know what to do with them, just give them a nice puree, make some hummus. Same goes with maybe you had some cucumbers that were just about ready to turn, but you didn't know what to do with it. Make a lovely salad. Here we have some baby steamed carrots from the other day. Just because they were hot one day doesn't mean you can't have a nice cold salad the next day. Make it look appetizing by cutting up some spring onions or another garnish and going down the center. Here we have a multitude of vegetables from different dishes, and they didn't sell for various reasons, so just combine them all together and roast them in the oven for a roasted vegetable medley. It's totally okay to add stuff on even if it's not on the menu. Here I had a pan of sushi rice that was left over from making sushi entree salads. All I did is roll them up into nice balls and then dress them with some teriyaki, some sesame seeds, and had a spinach bed. The kids absolutely love them. There's that pasta and carrot salad. Looks delicious. Okay, you've got a half empty bowl of orange wedges. This isn't going to fly the next day, but I've got a tip for you. All you got to do is swap it down to a smaller bowl, and voila, it looks fresh, delicious, and appetizing. When I used to work with a large staff, we would put all the empty containers of mayo and beans and dressings on a cart before they would be tossed, and the chef would come by with a spatula, and you better believe that every last drop was out of that container or you'd be in big trouble, mister. So I'd recommend doing the same thing. Just tell your crew to put their empty containers on a cart before they go in the trash and inspect it. There's 3 cardinal rules that I use when I'm transforming leftovers. That's wrap it, cheese it, or roast it. So say you've got a stir-fry dish left over, drain all the liquid off of it, shove it in a tortilla, and fry it, and you've got the Southwest egg roll. Or you could take a casserole and put some cheese on top, broccoli and cheese. Or take all those leftover vegetables and roast them for roasted vegetables. Our concluding slide. Basically, you paid for it, so utilize everything. You sure wouldn't open up your wallet and start throwing bills into the garbage. But you're going to let your staff do that with the products that you ordered from your account? Absolutely not. let everybody know there's a benefit to this. You're going to save in food costs, and those meal prices are going to stay low for your customers. Everybody's going to love it. In just a few moments, we'll open it up for question and answers, but go ahead and follow me on Instagram at chef_AJ_Mall. I'd love to connect with you after the presentation. You can also find me on LinkedIn, on Facebook, etc. Thanks for watching. I'd be remiss if I didn't give a huge shout out to my editing and production team. This is my daughter, Michaela. She's in 5th grade at the school, and there's no way that I could have done this video without her. Not only is she my production crew and editor, but she's the reason why I switched from corporate dining over to K through 8 at the school she attends. I love being here every day.